Nature's underground.
Nature's Underground. It's Nature Boy and Jonesy. We back.
We back.
What's poppin'? All right. So I got a good one for you today.
Good one. Real
Or
good.
tonight, I should say, because it's a beautiful night out here in Palm Springs. So the way I see it is like this. To keep it real, when I see people trying to go out and have a good time, what's normal? What do you see? Everyone's buying a drink. Everyone's smoking a little bit of weed. And I'm not saying I'm against those things, but I always like to take a drawback. I like to take a look at the bigger picture. That's what we do on this channel. And I want to ask, why is it that we go to those things when it's time to have fun? When it's time to let loose? I get it. It helps you. It aids you
Definitely
to free
helps you.
your mind.
It lets you sink in
Yes.
into that social element and
Absolutely.
be able to like let loose and be able to be yourself. But like how we're doing here, putting yourself in front of that situation
Yes.
that you are trying to do without that inhibitor, without that element of drugs, and continually putting yourself in front of that, sooner or later you're not going to need that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. He's got it. He knew exactly where I wanted to take it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I meant. To need those things, you are doing yourself a disservice because you are training your mind to need those things, to be able to let loose, to be able to have fun, to be able to have a good time with your friends, to be able to dance, to be free, to sing, to just express. Since when did we need those things? It's becoming so common culturally to need to indulge in alcohol, in weed. And we're not, don't get it twisted, we're not saying those things are bad per se. They could become bad habits. Used modestly, used in moderation, they can be very fun and very cool to let loose, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially for people like us who can be very socially anxious at times, socially inept, hard to, we don't always want to communicate with people. We have difficulty with that. So things like that can be a blessing just to prove to ourselves that we can be those social people. But at the same time, you want to build the muscle of just busting through those barriers in your mind. Because it's like, what's the point of taking those substances if you can't just get it done without it? What happens if those things go away? What are you going to do?
I mean, I don't think they're gonna go away.
Yeah,
but definitely
that's true. They will not go away.
being
But you get the point.
yeah,
He gets the
being
point,
less
yeah.
limited by the amount of drugs that you take to be able to interact with people that you don't know, or even if you do know them, and just being able to be a little bit more yourself without filtering yourself. But I do think people have trained themselves too much to rely on,
Exactly.
rather than being sober and pushing forward, because it is an obstacle. It is an obstacle to be yourself and going to a club by yourself.
Absolutely.
Like we were just discussing earlier.
Yeah.
That shit would be difficult.
For sure. It's crazy. Because, like, the second that you try to... You're good? If you want to come through? All right. The second that you want to try to go ahead and be in that environment without those things to help you, you'll find that it just doesn't work. You need a little something because you, like he said, are habituated on substance use. So that's the whole point. You don't want to go down that path before it even starts. We're telling you, learn from us. You know, we're telling you that you don't need to do that. If you need to find that out for yourself, that that's not the way, by all means, maybe you have to go down that path. But the way we see it bigger picture, and you always want to optimize what you have, what God has given you, and God has given you a beautiful mind. He's given you a beautiful spirit, and it's like, just use what you have and improve it to the point where you're free enough to make videos like this, to be able to talk to people, to be able to engage with people, and to communicate freely and openly, and that when you go into that environment, you don't need some kind of substance to damage your brain in order for you to have fun. You can just have fun on your own.
How I see it though is they actually may see it as well, but unconsciously it's a way out, an easier way into that reality without having to face it
Yes,
directly.
very true.
They take a substance and they're able to sink into what they want to be, and I don't know. I think it's almost like cheating on a test. because you may or
That's
may
a
not
great-
have that knowledge, but then you take a substance and then now you have all that knowledge, but the next morning you don't have it anymore
Yeah.
because you took
You
that
crammed.
substance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe don't cheat off of that Asian guy next to you and go sober to the club and see what's really going on with your inner reality.
Yeah.
But that is a lot harder to do in reality. Because to be honest, I don't think I would be able to go into a club without some type of intoxication just to let loose.
Yes.
Even if it's one beer. One beer would allow me to get the nerves out, just to be like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm doing this, here I go. But to be completely sober, personally, it would be a little bit of a difficulty, but it would definitely be a learning opportunity. Not to say
Powerful.
if I had one beer that it wouldn't be a learning opportunity, but I think I would be doing a disservice to myself if I went in there not sober.
Right.
If I went in there sober, I could learn from it and be like,
Yeah.
this is my insecurities, this is how I came
Yeah.
over it
Yes.
and defeated those
Yes.
those demons.
And that's what you want to be. Just like him, is you want to be open-minded enough to say that, yes, I would benefit from doing it completely sober. Because most people would be like, take the easy way out. Just give me one drink, one hit, one this, one that. But it's like, in reality, why do you need one of anything? It's just like, work with what you have. Like, understand that if you can do this while sober, dude, you're leveling up.
Yeah, you're
Trust
definitely leveling
and
up,
believe
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because it's like he just said, it's so easy. It's easy. That's the word. It's just easy.
You're cheating.
It's the easy way out. And if you look everywhere, everyone is looking for the easy way out. It doesn't matter what it is. What do you see people doing? Taking the path of least resistance. It's a tad bit human nature. We want to look for comfort. We seek comfort. But this whole idea of alcohol when it comes and weed and just substances when it comes to socializing is like just a nutshell for always taking like the easy way out instead of just hammering it out. Because we personally feel on this channel that there's no greater feeling of happiness than when you've just overcome freaking adversity.
Yeah.
Like, that's where true happiness comes from. And every single week when we create these videos and we push ourselves to get out of our comfort zones, we feel more alive than ever and more happy than ever because we're doing things that no one else is.
And it's growth. We become a little bit better at doing that certain thing, and we start to grow in other areas in our life that inadvertently
Yes.
like grow from that. So even though we're talking in front of a camera in public,
Yes.
we may be growing in other aspects
Yes.
of our lives.
Yeah, that we're not even aware of.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's like the leftovers that
Yeah,
are spilling
right,
over in the
right.
cup.
Yeah.
It's just like we don't know the implications of what we're doing. That's why we always urge you to create as well. Have your own little playlist of videos. Not to get too off topic, but that is important because you are exercising your muscle to voice your own opinion and to get comfortable talking in front of something like a camera. It's so important, so powerful.
Yeah, stop exercising your ability to consume
Yes.
YouTube videos
Yes.
of nonsense and
Yep.
just brainwashing.
Everyone's got that down. We've
Yeah.
got enough of that.
Yeah.
We need more creators more than ever.
Yeah.
So that is our message for today.
Nature's Underground.
Nature's Underground.
Subscribe.
Jonesy and Nature Boy 3000. All right, y'all. Y'all be well.
Later.
Be good.